My name's Scott Wilkinson. I'm a professional body piercer, and today I'm going to tell you how long you can keep your piercing out before it starts to close. Now, before we get started here, this is super important. Make sure you hit the subscribe and hit that like button. People ask me all the time, how long can I keep my piercing out before it closes? People take it out for sports, some take it out for medical procedures, some people take it out for a job interview. How long can you keep this open? It's really different from person to person. I wish I could give you an exact answer. Some people can leave these piercings out for years and it goes right back in. Some people, they start closing within minutes. You don't know who you are, so you should probably keep something in there. Back to the basic question, how long can I take it out? I would suggest doing a slow trial period by taking it out for maybe 5 minutes. If it starts going back in real tight and you're having a tough time getting it in, keeping it out 10 minutes is probably going to be even more difficult. Now, if you can put it back in, maybe keep it out for a half hour, and then the next day maybe keep it out an hour. But do a nice, slow, gradual until you know how long you can keep it out. If you can keep it out a couple hours, you can probably keep it out for a shift. But if your piercing gets irritated at any point during this time, there's a good chance you will lose your piercing. So that's the big thing is if you can put a retainer, that's the best way to go about it. Now, if this is for a medical procedure, the thing they want you to do is to have metal out of all your piercings. They will allow you to have retainers in, which can be made of glass, plastic, acrylic, or even a silicone. And if you're not sure, you should talk to your doctor or surgeon, and they'll let you know if you can have one of these. Now, the other reason why they'd make you take your piercing out is if it's interfering with what they need to see or if they're working in that area. Then you're just going to need to gamble and take your piercing out. Hopefully, it stays open. So get jewelry in as soon as you can, as soon as you're done with that procedure. Now, if you want to take this in and out every day for sports and different activities like this might not be the best idea. Piercings get irritated super easy, and I've always said that piercing is a timing game. You got to find the best time in life to have your piercing. Now, if you do have to have this, you're going to want to wear a retainer that's not going to break or do damage. So generally, an acrylic or plastic or silicone type of retainer is going to work best for you. Stay away from glass. If you got hit in that area, the glass could break inside your body, and this is not an optimum situation. Now, and the last thing is going to be for a job or some sort of military type thing. Now, the piercings can be mostly invisible, but they still will be a little bit visible. And if this is going to be every day for the rest of your life, in my opinion, sometimes it's best to let the piercing go. These piercings, if they don't stay open on their own, it's a constant battle to try to keep piercings in there and a constant battle of redness and irritation. But this is up to you. If you want to try it, retainers can work. They make semi-permanent retainers where you can use the threadless pieces of jewelry like to make it look like a mole or close to a skin tone, but it is difficult to do. So now, if you're going to be doing this for a job or some sort of military type thing, there are certain retainers which you can use to hide. Now, they don't hide perfectly, but they can get pretty close. So with some retainers, they're going to be made out of a plastic or some sort of acrylic. These are a little bit more visible, and they have a clear rubber band or black rubber band on the back. These generally fall off pretty quick, but it's meant to hold it on for a temporary fix, so not an everyday wear. Now, another option would be a silicone retainer, and these ones here have a heart-shaped back, so there's no rubber band, and you basically pull them tight, and they're going to slip through your piercing, and then they expand, hopefully holding it in place for more of a long-term effect. It isn't always super effective, but it's a lot more effective than the acrylic ones. And the last option is going to be for hiding is to use a glass retainer. A glass retainer like this is going to make it look like a small black dot, maybe like a blackhead, but they generally hide it pretty well. And then if you have stretched earlobes, they do make these silicone plugs for stretched ears. As you can see, they hide it fairly well. I have been fooled many times, even as a piercer. Now, a lot of these retainers are meant for short-term only. They're not meant for long-term. But if you found something that's worked well for you, let me know in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed this video, learned anything, make sure to give me that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. And, of course, keep putting holes in your body. We'll see you all in the next video.